Hello, everyone, and welcome to another bad movie review. You know, there are times in life when you're faced with consequences for your actions, mostly due to irresponsibility. And there's a movie out there about that. It's about lack of parental oversight and the dangers of science, and really low budgets, and crap. I'm talking, of course, about Night of the Lepus. One of the most terrifying movies you'll ever see. Okay, it's not. It's about giant bunny rabbits. And they're cute and fuzzy. And their ears flop around a little bit when they bounce. And they hippity hop across a bunch of model railroad sets. Well, a bridge crew member from Star Trek and a famous actress from Psycho wander around screaming at some boom mic somewhere. It's a very strange movie, and it's one of the greatest bad movies ever. If you're afraid of rabbits, this is an actual horror film. If you're not, this is a stupid movie. This is a stupid movie to even be in the scope anywhere near the horror section. Basically, what happens is some meddling scientists try and help a rancher get rid of the bunny rabbit problem that he's having on his ranch. They're eating all the grasslands or whatever. And so what's he do? He's like, oh, I'll inject them with this serum. I don't really know what it's gonna do, but it's a hormone thing. And, well, you know how it is with science. You just start injecting things, and then you leave your idiot kid unattended for a minute, and she switches some rabbits around in the cages from the control group to the experiment group. And then she takes one of the experimental ones with her and promptly loses it down a rabbit hole with a bunch of other rabbits. Next thing you know, you got giant Food of the Gods style mutant rabbits trying to eat you and gnaw your face off. It's like that scene in Monty Python and the Holy Grail with the rabbit, but only giant and sillier. I mean, this movie, you can't really say anything beyond that. It's just outright one of the silliest movies you're going to ever see. And everybody's all serious, which is what really makes it a great B-movie. It is based on a book called Year of the Angry Rabbit by Russell Braddon, Braddon. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that. But that was a satirical post-apocalyptic fiction book. It was kind of poking fun at the whole post-apocalypse thing and the political situation in Australia at the time. And the bad guy was kind of this Hitler-type prime minister of sorts. And in the book, the bunny rabbits, as I understand it, carry a virus. They're not actually giant mutants in the book, from my understanding. I haven't read the entire book. I read about 5 pages of it before I had to give it back. It's a very hard to find book, but it's supposed to be really good. So if you get a chance, check that out. But this movie has nothing to do with that. This is about giant bunny rabbits hip-hopping across the prairie lands and people getting attacked by guys in bunny suits. You have to see this movie. It's so funny. The special effects are wow. I mean, for 1972, the effects were pretty good. They were trying. They had, it looked like some guy in a bunny suit, like, trying to attack people, but which would have been a better movie, honestly. But yeah, the whole premise of the movie is this kid's fault. It's her fault for taking the rabbit that was injected and letting it loose, and it's the parents' fault for not watching their kid around experimental, bunny rabbits that have been injected with this stuff. They just ignore and leave this 8-year-old alone with these bunny rabbits. And bunny rabbits bite, in case you didn't know that, and they hurt when they bite you. Bunny rabbits can be real jerks. Yeah, they're cute and fuzzy, and the whole time through this movie, I'm watching it. The acting's fine. I mean, they have good quality 70s actors in this. And I'm watching it thinking wow, they killed that giant rabbit. They're going to eat great for a month. I mean, they're going to be sick of rabbit, but I guess the premise is there's thousands of them and they're going to overrun humanity. It's very thin. It's not scary. It's rated PG. So, about an hour and a half. It's not exactly a big time investment, but it's just one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. I highly recommend it. They did a real good job making the movie. It's got a coherent plot. It's got good actors. The dialogue's a little crappy, and it's even kind of well written for what they were trying to do, but it's hard to have a serious movie about giant bunny rabbits running around. The movie needed Elmer Fudd. Like, all they had to do was do a scene like in Jaws, where this hunter with a goofy hat comes into town. So he's like, I got a solution to your problem. Ha 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 ha. And I would probably have gotten a little chubbed up. I'm not gonna lie. I would be super excited by that. And then they could say, we're gonna need a bigger gun, something to that effect. Sorry, my Elmer Fudd impersonation is terrible, but it would have been awesome. Just like the scene in Jaws where they hire the shark expert. They could have done that in this movie. I obviously Jaws, I believe, came after this, but that would have been the scene to solidify this movie. If they ever remake it, they have to put a scene like that in there with like a rabbit hunting expert. But yeah, if you like bunny rabbits and don't want to see them covered in what looks like red nail polish from fake blood, this is probably not the movie for you. The blood is really hokey fake on everything. And if you're some sort of animal rights activist, this movie will probably make you cry because, well, the rules for animal treatment was a little different in the 70s, especially the early 70s. So probably not going to be your kind of movie on that front. But if you like animal revenge films or just giant rabbits as a concept, this movie's for you. That's right, you. So yeah, check it out. It's an amazingly hilarious movie. Like I said, it's really well put together. They put a lot of effort into it. It is a little low budget, obviously, and it is a little dated, but it's still one of the best bad movies I've ever seen, and it's funny every time I see it. I can't recommend this one enough. Buy a copy if you can. Get it on your streaming services. Live it, breathe it, love it. Buy a poster. I have a poster of it because it's awesome. The marketing for this was genius too. Like, watch the trailer for this movie and you will understand the brilliance of the behind the movie. I mean, I'm sure they got butts in seats to see this weird film just by their trailer alone, because they make it sound all sinister, but it's really just a version of them with bunny rabbits instead of ants. So yeah, Night of the Lepus is a big win for me. You really can't go wrong with giant animals and big floppy-eared bunny rabbits and DeForest Kelly running around. Although I don't recall him saying anything about, damn it, Jim, I'm a scientist, not a something. Because he plays a scientist in this. But yeah, check it out. I can't recommend it enough. This is a classic. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you on the next Bad Movie Review. And be sure and check out my other reviews if you haven't seen them yet.